For the function shown below, draw the secant line from x equals -2 to x equals 6. So to do this, what we need to do is identify where these 2 points are. And to identify those, we start with the clues of x equals -2. So x equals -2 is here, but the point that I'm interested in is the point on the curve, which is this one. And that has the coordinates -2, -1. And x equals 6. Finding x equals 6 on the x, and then going to the y value that corresponds, that gives me the other point on this, which is 6, 7. And the secant line is the line that connects those values. So I'll do my best to draw a nice line here, but there we go. That's not bad, actually. What we want to do is find, so that's drawing the secant line, but let's go ahead and find its slope and equation as well. So to do this, what we're going to do is use the slope formula. Because what's asked here is to use the graph to estimate the average rate of change from x equals -2 to x equals 6. The average rate of change will always use the slope formula. If we want an instantaneous rate of change, that's when we would use a derivative. So slope is defined as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So in this case, I'll say this is 0.2 and this is 0.1. Doesn't matter which one's which, just pick one and stay consistent. So y2 is 7, and y1 is -1. So 7 minus -1 in the numerator over x2 minus x1. So this gives me a slope of 7 plus 1, which is 8, over 6 plus 2, which is also 8. So the slope of this line is 1, which makes sense because if you look at this point here and go to the next point, you go up 1 and over 1, up 1 over 1, and so forth. So the slope being 1 makes sense. Now, that's the average rate of change. If we wanted to actually come up with the equation of the line, then what we would do is use y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, because this is the formula that always changes a point and a slope into the equation of a line. So y minus either one of these points is fine. I think I'll use the positive values. So y minus 7 equals 1 times x minus 6, or y equals, distributing the 1, that would be x minus 6, adding the 7 over, so plus 7. So y equals x plus 1. That's the equation of this line, and that makes sense because here I have a slope of 1, obviously, and also a y-intercept of 1. You can see clearly that I'm passing through the point 1 there.